I can see an innate desire, sword in hand, warriors side by side. I can feel it, it burns like fire. Worlds collide, an unstable landscape, side by side. But that's what this mandates. Be it might, and unlikely allegiance. We will fight because that's the best defense. No turning back, for such is our path. Is clear as we ride against a dark empire. By my soul, may the last thing they hear be the roar of this raging fire. Listen, be the savagery mindset. Night and day, we'll let loose and find it. Brutal will define our reaction. Rip out the throat of each one in their fashion. No turning back for such is our path. This day we find the glorious death. Fear not, my friend, for righteous the path. They shall remember glorious death. Glorious! The angels have fallen, my allies are beaten and broken down. I shed not a tear. After all, this is why we are here. A war we were not supposed to win. If I'm to die tonight, I'll kill every demon that stands in my time. Go! You must shake me a fool. I'll stand on the skeletons of every goal. But if I'm to die, well, this very night, we'll kill every demon that stands in us. No turning back, for such is our path. This day we find the glorious death. Fear not, my friend, for righteous the path. They shall remember glorious death. Make them remember glorious death. Glorious
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome to it's a heart pumper, that, isn't it? Welcome
Yes, you am.
to Rip and the Silverback episode 81. Holy. Eric
Closing on 100.
decided to take last week off, had some wedding anniversary or some shit. His loss.
Some small thing.
Some little thing that he had to deal with, you know. And so we're back now together. Norfolka, of course, available. If you're watching this back later on, the Norfolka link will be in the description down below. Go check that out.
Please.
Start off with a little bit of Rippaverse news, because, you know, why not? It is Rip and a Silverback. We had our Saints and Sinners campaign. It's ended, you know, and we hit all the milestones. We hit all 4 milestones, which was the art book, the hardback. We got the cover reveals. They've happened with cover reveals for both the Soska Sisters Black Eyed Club and the Cursed. And then there was one more, which was we're going to give you a new announcement.
Yeah, we got a new title that we'll be let's just say announcing very, very soon.
So there's a little teaser.
Yeah.
There's a little teasery poo on X. So I'm just gonna share this. Just make sure the volume's up. Yeah. So let's just what's it? Let's
So if you can't read that says the 31st. And
that's tomorrow.
That's mañana. Yeah, so we got something that trailer thing will make a lot more sense once you see what we have dropped, because it just trust me on this. It is something obviously I'm not going to give it away because that'll spoil the moment. All I'm going to say is that it will. I can't even like tease like exactly what it is, because it will completely spoil it. I will just say this is something that a lot of people have asked for. This is specifically a audience response kind of thing that's happening here, and that's about as detailed as I can go without like saying you guys said this and you're getting this. But we got some special plan for you, and it is a high demand, high ticket kind of or high demand like thing that you guys have requested from us for a very long time here at the Rippaverse. And yeah, we did our work, and it's legit. Let's just say that it is extremely legit. And I think tomorrow morning you guys are going to be very happy, very, very, very happy. I will say this much: it's not a item that like is going to, it's not like an item that's going to cost $1 million, right? Like I do want to say that it's not something that it is something that you guys again have asked for, and it's not as again like too expensive. It's not something like, oh well, only guys that are ready to fork over some cash. Like a lot of it will be able to access it. No, this is something that we'll have some cool things alongside it. I'll say that much. But as far as the main thing that we're about to do, it is something that is feasible for most of you all. So I'm really, really excited. Really excited to put this out.
I can't even read what the chat's saying, just in case one of them is closed.
One of them correct, yeah.
And you hear the voice crack, you know, like,
yeah.
But I mean, you know, I got to be honest with the audience. I'm under, as you know, when I've been joking about being under NDA, I wasn't joking.
Yeah,
I've been under NDA for the Rippaverse for over a year now.
Yeah,
you know. So yeah, no, I am actually NDA by the Rippaverse, and Eric has told me, and I've nodded in it. I've gone okay. Let's just say really excited for that announcement tomorrow. I think you guys and girls are going to be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And because I was like, holy shit. So yeah, it's great. It's great. I can't, like I said, I don't want to even hint towards anything, hint towards anything, but I think there's gonna be some peeps here, but like, I approve.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're gonna love it. I think you guys are going to love it for sure. But yeah, tomorrow
Yes,
8 a.m.
That's correct. Somebody's actually got it. They said it's Assassin's Creed Botswana is Assassin's Creed Kenya is yes,
officially
correct.
being published by the way. I was able to get it for cheap from 10 cent because yeah, some of the things I was able to get at a low buy-in, right? So yeah, we're pushing it towards towards Kenya. It will be the next installment of Assassin's Creed. And they'll be published through the Rippaverse.
Yes, but yeah, NDA, you know, NDA out my mind, you know, as they say. So that's looking forward to that. That's going to be an interesting prospect. Just a couple of questions for you. Did you decide to go see Superman at all?
I did not. It's funny. I was talking with some of my colleagues over at the Blaze about it. They had asked me because they really wanted my thoughts. They don't a big Superman guy, but I don't know, man. Things are weird for me now because it's like I will say that because of the reboot, and I think we talked about it on the show maybe a couple of weeks ago, where I was like, if there was going to be something that I was like, okay, mildly kind of interested in, and I would have like maybe stumbled my way into the cinema to see, just because of what I was on the line, it would have been Superman, right? Because it's a new universe and what have you. And the more I ponder on it, you know, I sit down at my desk and I'm getting to working on these other things. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that, right? There are other things that I could do that I think I find more fruitful. Shout out to Yellow Flash, by the way, who just ended his campaign as well for the mighty golden.
Oh, over 120,000. Well done.
Yeah, shout out over 4,000 books sold, man. So nothing to sneeze at. I mean, you're an upper echelon. Almost nobody is selling independently for over 4,000 books. So big shout out to you. Obviously, we just
sold 20 times the amount that Kim and Kim's last issue sold. Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
But we obviously just he was just here not too long ago. He posted about this yesterday or whatever, or whenever it was. He was here and he signed a bunch of his books that have been sent off to CGC. So we'll get those and then we'll start fulfillment. It's really as simple as that. So big shout out. I got to give a big shout out to Yellow Flash and congratulations to him, as well as John Dillett. And by the way, you can still, though a lot of stuff is sold out, you'll always be able to get at least cover D minimum over at rippersand.com.
Minimum.
That. So just go grab it. If you are like, oh, well, I'm interested in it now, I just didn't get it through the collection window or the campaign window, just go grab it right now from rippersand.com.
Yes, sir. We got Gary's book, of course.
Death Shroud over there
at the moment. Yeah.
Death Shroud and Gary's books over there waiting for Neurotic, so go grab that. We also, and by the way, he will be joining us this weekend over at Bell County Comic-Con. Big shout out. First time ever that Rippaverse and Iconic Comics have been under the same kind of in the same part of the same show. It's going to be very fun. But Gary's going to be there with us Saturday, so come holla at us. But yes, you have both of those. And of course, on the Rippaverse side, you got Norfolka. And what else is there? I'm fucking drawing blanks. We're releasing shit so much that I'm the damn owner and I don't even know what all we fucking got out right now.
Well, Saints and Sinners is just finished, so that's
Saints and Sinners is just finished. Oh, we got the Omnibus, of course. The Omnibus. That's the other one. The Omnibus is still available, obviously, for you guys. So go grab that. Remember, one of those covers, the ISOM one, is a campaign or collection exclusive. So you want to make sure you grab that while you can. So yes, we have all that going on over there. We got Ripper Sand, Bell County Comic-Con. If you're in Bell County, Texas, and Central Texas, or wherever Texas, come holler at us this weekend. And yeah, man, tomorrow is going to be, we're going to go in, let's just say we're going into this weekend with some momentum. That's for fucking sure.
That's a little.
Lots of it.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
Do we have an approximation of shipping for Saints and Sinners?
All right, so I think next up, and I don't think I'm in DM myself. I think this is pretty obvious because it was the one that came out first. So this month or this upcoming month, in August, we're first shipping Horseman, Yaira, then Yaira after that, then I believe, at least on the Rippaverse side, Rippazine. And those will be pretty much back to back, and then after that, so it's gonna look like we'll keep you guys posted. Obviously, I'm not sure exactly when, but it will be sometime, like probably on the latter half, definitely with the hard covers that need to get done, the latter half of the month. But we'll as soon as we get them, they're going out immediately. But we will keep you guys posted.
You mean they could be going like late August, early September?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. No, it's gonna be soon. Like, no, we're not waiting that long. Yeah, so yeah, by end of, I would say end of August, September, like at the latest, early September. But we'll push for the end of August for sure. But yeah, no, you guys aren't gonna have to wait long at all for that. And going into the future again, now that we have this new printer and new system. We're looking to even cut down on those fulfillment start times, because the fulfillment time itself doesn't take long at all. We get those books out like a week at most, but it's the start time. We're looking to cut those down, and we'll be able to cut those down going into the future. So like latter half of August, early September at the absolute latest for that. But August is going to be a full week anyway. You're getting Ripazine, you're getting you're getting that. You're getting freaking what else? We just closed
Great War Separation 2.
Yeah, a Horseman. Oh shit. Yeah. Well, except Great War Separation 2 is already shipped.
Oh, okay.
So that's good to go. But yeah, Horseman, Yaira 3, and some other fun stuff, obviously as well. But that will be releasing. But those will be fulfilling. So yeah, it's gonna be August is gonna be huge for sure.
Huge. Bloody hell, Nora. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then we've got Black Eyed Club and
that's coming soon. Black Eyed Club. You just saw some covers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gabriel Cano as well as Kane and White. They did 2 reveal covers for The Cursed and the Black Eyed Club. So those are obviously coming soon. Those are in production right now as far as the art, and man, the art's coming out killer on those. Like it's coming out on both of them. I'm really excited for you guys to read that. I think those are going to be, I can't even call them sleeper because it's already like you got the friendly rivalry that's happening right now between the sisters, so everybody's talking about it. So I'm not even going to say that it's going to be a surprise, but I do think both of those books are going to be, it's a first kind of its kind, with it being like these villain books, right, as well. I think they're going to be slept on. And they're gonna, I think they're gonna be a nice little surprise as far as the reception once people get them and the sales are concerned as well for both of those books. I'm feeling really good.
Oh, they're great. I mean, they're great writers.
Yeah,
they're great writers. So yeah, I expect greatness. Like I said, Yaira was great, and then I read Bloodruth. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, Bloodruth.
This is superb.
Bloodruth, and that's being worked on too right now. Bloodruth 2. So being colored actually right now. So same team. We didn't want to break up the squad for that one. They did a phenomenal job for on Bloodruth number 1. And I think I can't make a promise that the black and white covers are going to happen every single release for like Bloodruth, but I do believe that we're going to be able to do another one of those for Bloodruth 2.
Okay.
People love those. People absolutely love those. The sales are indicative of that. Again, that was never anything that we went into the release planning to do. It was more us hearing it from you guys, and we're like, yeah, man, just with the type of artwork of Michael's, it just makes sense to do a piece like that. And yeah, we did it, and people seem to love the black and white art. So maybe we keep it up. I'm not gonna say we're gonna do it for every release of Bloodruth, but I think we can commit to doing it for Bloodruth 2. NDA.
James Gunn confirmed that Peacemaker is bisexual.
That's gotta be fake news.
I mean,
well, let's say that I wouldn't be surprised, but also
I would not be surprised.
It's gotta be fake news.
It sounds good, and of course, I mean, cover A, Saints and Sinners, best-selling cover of the campaign.
Yes, that's what it looks to be. I haven't looked at the finals, but you were ahead. That cover was ahead going into the final day, or final hours actually. So I'd assume that that's the case. But yeah, I can look.
That's just my little rib.
Yeah.
Just I had to get my little bit of a sneak.
Yeah.
With, but God, dude, that is freaking outstanding, man. That is absolutely freaking outstanding. Do you know when you're going to do something, you're going to say something, it's on the tip of your tongue, and then you just go, oh, and it's gone.
Time.
Yeah, that's my brain. That's my brain today.
Yeah, all the time.
So yeah, some great. Oh yeah, maybe I couldn't say it anyway, so it's okay. But yeah, oh my God, fucking great stuff happening, man. Absolutely great stuff happening.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, here we go. This is just for you, Eric.
All right. You can stop an alien invasion, but you have to eliminate one of these. A, an alien intruder disguised as a bald eagle, or B, your Tinder date for the night.
I don't think he would eliminate a bald eagle. And I think if he, had to eliminate a Tinder date, he would just go to Grindr and find another date. The great thing about Peacemaker is all apps welcome all the time. He bangs chicks, good for him. He fucks dudes, got no problem with that. He starts fucking fish, that's taking it a step too far. Did we make it? Did we pass? We can fucking trick this shit on the road.
That's an interesting thing to lead with in a promotional item. So
Peacemaker takes up the shitter.
Yeah, I guess so. He's whatever, guys. Again, like think about that. As you just asked me if I went to go watch Silverback, and then you show me that shit, and then it's like it gets even more so. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't care, man. Like I've had to come to a realization, and I'm being serious, like putting my serious face on here. I've had to come to a realization, and it started with the comic books, that they're all in on it, writers and the people that are in leadership, editorial, all of them. Okay. I've come to the realization, and I've come to terms with those guys are not interested in really prioritizing my demographic. And when I say that, I mean, like, I don't know, guys that spend hundreds of dollars on comic books and have been for the better part of a decade plus, several in some cases. It's they're chasing something else, and I don't know if it's just doing it for themselves, which is okay, whatever, or it's this new demographic of people that maybe don't exist. But either way, if I have to always, and this really happened, you saw this with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I know I'm going on a little bit of tangent, but I promise I can connect this. Where I was always told that I needed to suspend basically every bit of knowledge that I had on these characters just for the sake of getting enjoyment out of what I was seeing, which was basically saying, ignore your frame of reference. Don't have the frame of reference. Suspend it.
Yes.
Just for the sake of enjoying. And as that doesn't sound to me, I'm like, well, what's the fucking point?
What it is, what made the characters those characters that made us like those characters, surprise.
Yeah.
And then they'd say, don't expect it to be like that, though. So it's character. Sometimes it could just be character and name only.
Right.
Other times, of course, they can have traits of said character, but they do stuff which is antithetical to the character, like Batman killing. That's antithetical to Batman. Batman does not kill. Very specifically does not kill. But yeah, it's It's just tiresome, mate. It's just tiresome.
Well, that's the point that I reached, right? And why it's like, even if there was one that I was like, okay, just because considering what's all on the line, I may consider it. And then I just, again, I sit down and get to working on stuff. And look, I'll be completely transparent that the opportunities that have come about, and not just like, okay, partnerships and what have you, but also with just creatively and stuff that we're doing here at the Rippaverse, that plays a role in it, right? Because I'm like occupied, right? And that occupation is like really, really justified because I'm running my own company here. But even just putting that aside, it's like, why would I be interested in it if that's going to be the case? It's like, hey, suspend whatever knowledge that you have. They're going to only use the character, and there's going to be their name. Sure, they may have some of the traits that are there, so they can at least semi-justify utilizing that character in this space, right? A light, loose reference to a comic book that was once put out, but ultimately, it's really the writers, producers, and directors doing their own thing, right? And if I have to do that, if that's what's required of me to enjoy it, am I really enjoying this? You know what I mean? Or can I even enjoy it? And once I learn to accept that and embrace that, and again, it's not just with movie stuff, it's with comic book related material, the newer comic book, modern, like not talking about like back issues of stuff that's been out there and been well established, but more some of the newer material. Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm good. I'm really, really good on that. It's just, it is tiresome. To your point, did you hear Tom's rant on Fantastic Four? Well, on Flashcast? Oh
no,
you gotta watch that. I might have to find a video for it, or one of the mods can, so we can watch it. But we're on Flashcast. And I would love to know how you felt about that aspect of it as well. I know you're more of a DC guy.
Yeah.
For sure. But man, it was glorious. It was on Flashcast. I was there. It was amazing. But it's like they're telling me, much like you were with Superman, and I'm hearing it from the people that actually went to go see this movie, like their recollection of it. And everybody's gonna have their disagreements and arguments. It's kind of part of the fun.
It's what we do.
It's what you do. But I know personally just what interests me. And I'm just being completely honest, as you guys are explaining it, none of that shit interests me. and it's not even like me looking at it through you guys' like lens, or you being the narrator here. No, it's more you're telling me of the events. These events don't align with my expectations by any means. And yeah, I'm not going to get any enjoyment out of it. Or again, if I have to like, again, suspend my frame of reference.
Yeah, I mean, I gave Superman 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Started off with a 5, but after consideration in a couple of days, I reduced it based on the fact that to me there was far more negative than positive. And then I gave Fantastic Four 6.5. I wouldn't call either of those glowing scores. I thought Fantastic Four was at least a much more cohesive and comprehensible movie than the fucking Jackson Pollock that James Gunn put out there. But no, it's just like I could take or leave either of them as entertainment. If you move like Fantastic Four into the mid 2010s with all the movies there, when you're doing Civil War and the Avengers, and you're doing, your Iron Man movies and your whatnots, it'd be like, oh, that'd be lost in the sauce. That'd be like, oof, okay, so it's a mid film. But for the last 6 years, it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, it's going in the right direction. It's meaningless because it's set in a completely different world, and it's gonna just spill on into the
main
universe. And so we're just gonna get the next thing up is Doomsday, which is just gonna be a fucking, again, just a shotgun, a buckshot of characters with no real development because they haven't got the time to spend on them. Doing lots of references, member berries, one-liners. It's gonna be a fucking disaster. But yeah, I mean, I had my Batman tattoo touched up
Look at that.
Touched up, still got the thing on it because I only had it done a couple of days on Monday.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for the. I'm going to be getting the yellow touched ups, but I hadn't had that touched up for 27 years.
Yeah.
Like, I had it done 27 years ago. Never had it touched up, so I had that touched up. But it's just like, we don't even have a Batman in James Gunn's fucking verse yet. You know, we've got a Clayface movie coming. We've got a Supergirl for some reason movie coming. Both of those, by the way, go into the category for some reason. We've been told that Wonder Woman's being fast tracked now. And I'm just and Batman. Oh well, we got James Mangold's Batman in a different universe, so it would be confusing to have our Batman and then have that Batman. We've got to let James Mangold do his thing. James Mangold's Batman's gonna have taken more at the box office than your Superman, James.
Damn.
And not even close. It looks like Superman's going to peter out at about 620. The Batman did 775. And even then we were saying a Batman movie just doing 775 million.
Yeah. The expectations of
should have been more, should have been more. Let's actually have a little bit of a look because I want to take you through this box office. There is a ream of copium, and Fantastic Four don't look like it's going to do. It's not going to do even as much as Superman. It's tracking behind Superman.
So I was going to ask about that.
Yeah. So I don't. There's a possibility that Fantastic Four ends in the 500s. There's also a possibility it could end in the late 400s. But I think it's probably going to be around 550. I'm going to speculate around 550. But here's the Superman box office. The domestic is well ahead of the international. It's currently on 506. That includes now the Tuesday. The Tuesday numbers, CHEWS, Chews. The Tuesday numbers are in, and again, the drop is now 57. It's no longer in the 40s. It was in the 40s. It was holding up well. No denying that whatsoever. It was holding up well. And then Fantastic Four came out. And it started hitting the 56, 57, 57, 58, 57, 57. So it's on that trajectory now. So I was using essentially the number of 50%, a 50% drop from week 1 to week 2, from week 2 to week 3, from week 3 to week 4, and sort of using a 50% drop off. It's going to end around about 640. 650-ish. But we're not dealing with a 50% drop-off now. We're dealing with 57.
Yeah.
So it looks like, just by the law of diminishing returns, they've taken away some of the cinemas, given them to the Fantastic Four. Tuesday is the biggest day of the week. Always is. In the Monday to Thursday weekdays, because obviously Friday, Saturday, Sunday classes weekends. Always is. But now we're down to 4.2 in the third week, bringing just 2 more days until the end of the third week. Wednesday is going to be more in line to this. Thursday is going to be below Wednesday more often than not. So if it stays on a consistent 57%-ish, it's going to be about 620. Yeah, I mean, 620 could be generous, but it's going to be on about 620. Now, if it is, the movie is losing, well, according to their numbers, just using their numbers of 225 production budget and 100 million marketing, which is fucking a lot of bullshit. Even using their numbers, it'd be 450 because you double the production budget. it'd be add another 200 million because you got to double the marketing. So it'd be 650. But of course, you got international. And international isn't a 50-50 split. So you'll be looking at somewhere in the region of 650 to 700 using their numbers to break even. So Superman wouldn't even break even. The realism is, of course, this movie did had a much bigger marketing budget than 100 million.
I saw it everywhere.
It was fucking everywhere, doing everything, fucking TV, featurettes everywhere.
I saw it everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely everywhere. Saturated. The likelihood is the marketing somewhere around the 200 million mark. We know from Disney, we know from Marvel, they report a budget on a film, and then they say it's profitable. Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, profitable movie.
Yeah,
Thor, Love and Thunder,
so
profitable
disingenuous.
movie. Yeah. And then, like a couple of years later, when we get their true filings, comes out, Doctor Strange costs like nearly 400 and something million production to make.
Right.
So the movie lost money. Ends up Thor, Love and Thunder, lost money. I mean, they even paid themselves. They paid themselves 170 million to put Thor, Love and Thunder on Disney Plus. So they were shifting money in the company to make one side look more profitable than it was, when all they were doing is moving money from the streaming element over to the movie side.
Yeah.
Naughty. So they were doing shit like this. So it's gonna. I don't think 225 million for Superman is true. I think it's probably going to be more 275, at least 250 to 275, at least somewhere in the region of 175 to 200 million marketing. The likelihood is Superman has to hit at least 800 to break even. The likelihood, which is not going to do. And then of course you're going to get all the you're going to get the Snyder Bros, and if they want to get their flowers, they can go get their flowers. Because I don't think this is hitting even Zack Snyder's Superman, Man of Steel box office, not even adjusting for inflation, not even playing in it, doing any of that. Because that did 668 million in 2013. 12 years ago. And this isn't even going to do that. And ticket prices are more expensive now. We've got inflation to take into consideration. And we're not talking about the profitability of either of these films. We're just talking apples to apples comparison. But Warner Brothers said, if this hits 500 million worldwide, we're going to take that as a success. I'm like, that's a very odd thing to say.
Yeah, it was interesting because I remember pretty vividly. I mean, I think it was Hollywood Reporter, because when we got the initial announcement, there was, and look, man, take that. They do that with every movie. Take that in whatever way that you may. So I'm not trying to be unfair to them, but you had some people suggesting that it would be like $1 billion film, like initially, because of the engagement and stuff that we had.
Do you think that's what they thought? What do you think in Warner? What do you think they had in mind?
Warner, I think that they saw the writing on the wall early on internally. If they have, and this is me assuming that they had anybody, be it from marketing or in business development or whatever, that whatever department is handling their projections, and their spending efforts in combination with that. They knew that this was probably a $500 million film minimum, or around there. But I think that you had a combination of different things. Publicly speaking, I think that there's a lot of people wanted this to do extremely well. Because look, a lot's on the line, right? Again, this is their new universe. We know that there's this sort of domino effect with like these types of movies and this type of genre. If they're doing well, other things are going to do well. This means that there's going to be deals that are going to be associated with it, be it in brand deals. So it's in everybody's best interest to have this movie do well. But I think internally, and I could be totally wrong, but I think internally they had to have known that this was not going to be a billion dollar film. That said, what goes against, if you think, okay, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, where I could see that you would believe that, to me would be centered around how much money they spent on it. Because that does not, you don't spend that much money only to believe that you're going to get a return of $500 million. You spend that kind of money thinking you're going to be closer to, if you don't hit $1 billion, at least close to it. You're trying to be talking 800 million to maybe $1 billion, that you're at least thinking that you're going to float around if you're spending $225 to $250 million, which is, guys, it's $250,000 basically that they spent on this movie, talking about the production of it. So you only spend that if you do. So it's hard to say, but I'd imagine at some point before this movie came out, they had to have known that there was no way this was going to hit $1 billion. This is more floating around $500 million films of $500 million. And like I said, to that, I would say, well, why would you spend that much money? And maybe it is a case of, well, we're spending that money initially with the anticipation and the expectation that we will, but obviously as you get closer to release, those projections change. You're measuring your audience enthusiasm. You're measuring your like the engagement and stuff that you're getting on maybe online. How stoked are people? And there's other things that you can look at that are going to help you to determine how this film is going to do prior to it. And I'm not just talking about like pre-sales and stuff like that. Like, what deals are coming? Like, what is the legit enthusiasm centered around this Superman project? And as we got closer, projections started to be like, well, this is more of a $500 million film at best. Which, again, to your point, what did Man of Steel do? Do you remember?
Yeah, 668 million worldwide.
All right, so 668 million Man of Steel did
in 2013,
and that's in 2013. So if we're talking inflation, that's
inflation. It's about 930.
Yeah, that's significant. Definitely, if you consider post-COVID spending habits by way of the American government, you already know those inflation numbers. They went up there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, that's interesting. Because that's got to be, and it's not even about Snyder or Snyderverse. I'm looking at just Superman as a brand.
Just number, yeah.
And looking at the numbers surrounding it. That's got to be a hard thing to stomach. For a brand new universe.
It is for James Gunn, because I think Zack Snyder
for him
in that guy's head.
Well, yeah, I think there's some rivalry there for sure. I think you pick up on that. He would have loved to been able to say, yeah, I outdid you with a Superman film. But he can't say that right now.
No.
At least not unless something crazy happens.
Unless something bonkers happens.
Yeah.
But
and it would be unprecedented if it did happen. It would be something. But it
looks, when trends start, when figures start to trend in a certain area, the trend continues. Look at that. That is a almost consistent week-long trend. You couldn't even get any more consistent than 56, 57, 57, 58, 57, 57. That's a very consistent trend right now. So it ain't gonna suddenly turn to -4. It's holding. It's holding week on week. It's actually holding at the same number. No.
Yeah,
I think when you've got a movie like Superman, and it is as divisive as it has been, some people
and
like
it's been
it.
very, very divisive. There's no unanimous opinion there. Like obviously with anything, you're gonna have people that like and dislike it, but you'll usually have some. If it's positive, it'll trend that way. Yes, there's going to be even with a 10 out of 10 film, you're going to have those that are like, no, it wasn't a 10 out of 10. It was a 5 out of 10. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course you're going to have that, but there's a more unanimous
Yeah, the box office shows you how
Yeah.
the general public are
Exactly.
feeling about it.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think this here isn't just that Fantastic Four came out. I think it's absolutely the start of it. But I think most people who were interested in this film saw it within that
Immediately.
first week
Yeah.
and a half.
That was when they were going to always
almost
see
2 week
it.
window.
But I mean, you don't generally want that anyway. Like, not at least with a movie. Like, you don't want people to stumble their way into it. You know, you want people to be like, "Ah, fuck, I'm in." And yes, you're gonna have your word of mouth. But I often think about that, and it's funny that you mentioned that because I often think about that. Like, well, doesn't Superman play a little by a different set of rules because of how recognizable the brand is? It's like
it's one of the top 3 brands in the world.
Yeah,
brands.
so
Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, top 3.
Exactly. So looking at that, it should be front loaded because of how like nobody's going into a Superman film like I have no idea who the fuck this is, like you would with a brand new property. Well, I just saw some trailers that look interesting, like whatever. That's still part of it, but
I'd
for the
love
most
you
part,
to see it.
Yeah,
I'd love you to see it because you're a DC guy like me,
right?
And I just found it to be a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Like I was watching the second film in a trilogy. Like I'd missed all of the introduction of the characters, the setup of the characters, the stories, the backstories of the characters. And I'd literally just walked into the second movie and I'm just like, everyone's just expected. Like there's no setup for anything. So I'd love to see what you just thought purely based on the construction of the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like Guy here who has an incredible opinion here where he says that there's nothing divisive about it here. And he says, we just don't want to piss off our sphere. It's like, we want to piss off our sphere. And it's like, I think that people need to understand, especially coming from a guy like myself or Az, like we are basically DC lifers. It's no secret that, yes, again, you're going to have that frame of reference, but you want a generally positive view on a DC product, right?
But our sphere is completely all over the place with this movie.
Yeah.
Yellow Flash, we fucking love Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash liked it.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got if he likes it, he likes it. That's his fucking opinion to have, and he's got every right to do so. There are other people in this sphere who have said, yes, I like it. It's a good film. I think Verbal Riot liked it. I think Midnight's Edge might have liked it. People within our sphere have liked it. I didn't, personally.
Gary didn't. He found it disappointing.
Gary didn't. You know, there were others of us that didn't. Shad thought some bits were great, some bits weren't great. Our sphere is all over the place with Superman.
Right.
So to say it's not divisive
it's
actually
objectively divisive. Like,
yeah, it's objectively divisive within our own fucking
sphere.
So it's not about pissing off our sphere.
Yeah, that's putting it perfect.
Yellow Flash has said what he wants to say, but Yellow Flash has been perfectly objective with the box office.
Yeah.
You know, I liked the Mission Impossible films
Yep,
that
we've talked
a lot
about
of
that.
our sphere didn't like. But even I'm just like, yeah, I liked it. Box office lost money.
Yeah.
So we regardless of whether we like something or don't like something,
that's irrelevant to like the general reception.
We stay true to our opinions. We stay true to what we think because that's what our audience expect.
Right.
Our audiences expect us to tell the truth.
Right.
Now, some of my audience who saw it said I liked it, even when I said I didn't like it, because they've got the will enough to do that. Others the same, didn't like it. But this is the whole point. The whole point is we're fucking nerds in the nerd sphere talking nerd shit.
Yep.
And one thing that nerds do best is argue about shit.
I would argue that's like a prerequisite to being one. Is that you're arguing over often what the general person will find to be superficial. It's kind of like what makes you a nerd is like you're arguing about the hair splitting, with stuff. So yeah, like it people are objectively divisive on it, and like I say, it's a Superman film that isn't going to do it. Well, again, unless something crazy happen, it's a Superman film that's going to do worse than the last one, and this is the first of a big reboot. That's saying something, right? And and I'm not even suggesting that. I'm saying that it's divisive. I'm not saying that people thought it was bad. Like I'm saying that it was divisive.
Divisive, yes,
because it is like that, and that's not really my opinion. That's just the reality and how these things work here. And I don't think that's what. I don't think anybody goes into it unless you're one of these deranged leftists where you go into creating something trying to spite others. But I don't think that's generally what they want. You know, like they're trying to create. I'd imagine. Look, I hope so. The best thing that they could possibly come up with. But I do think that it was a bad move to lead with your first film with Superman and the Justice Friends. I think that was a bad move. And I said it when we first saw these characters. I was like, this is supposed to be his movie, and we're seeing an ensemble, not even in cameos, like or that we saw once we see the film. We're seeing all of these different various characters that also again are heroic and powerful in their own rights. The Mr. Terrifics, the Hawk Girls, Guy Gardner, like all these characters that you probably should have done without and started with a grounded Superman film.
I'm a racist, and I thought that Mr. Terrific was the best character in the film.
So they say.
So they say.
So they say. So they say.
But it's a bit of a sad state of affairs where I'm coming out of a Superman movie going, Mr. Terrific was the best character.
Yeah, that's a problem, though.
It's a problem. It's a huge problem.
That's the issue.
If I come out and go, Guy Gardner's the best character, Hawk Girl's the best character, Mr. Terrific's the best character. If I'm doing that, I think your film's fundamentally failed.
Yeah, that's a problem. It's a Superman film. And they shouldn't even, like, it should have been, and yeah, I'm just giving you my opinion. It should have been a grounded Superman film. Like that was more focused on him and fighting. Maybe there's a big baddie. Maybe it is Lex. That's someone involved if you need to have some of these more notable characters. But it should have been more that's your first film. Your first film, bringing in all these other guys. You got Lanterns there and fucking Hog. Like I think they could have done without that for your first, and not just your first Superman film, but really your first James Gunn verse film, right? I think that was just that wasn't a play, and I wonder, and I love your opinion on this. Why? What were they thinking? Because I've tried to reason with this in multiple streams. Like, why did they? What made them consider that being the route that they go? Like, we're gonna start off with Superman, great, but we're also gonna add these ensemble of various other characters.
The Justice Gang, which just so happens to have the initials JG.
Yeah.
Do you know someone else who's got the initials JG?
Yeah, the guy that started this whole deal. But yeah, I wonder what the thinking, the reasoning. That doesn't mean that you have good reasoning or that it's gonna work. But I wonder, like, internally what they were thinking. Like, Superman launched the new universe, first Superman film. We're adding all these other guys too. I wonder what the reasoning was behind that. Like what they. I know we can maybe say, not maybe. We're saying they probably shouldn't have went their route. But I would love to, hell, for anybody, you try to make that make sense. Like, what were they seeing? Even if I couldn't see it, like, what were they seeing? Like, yeah, we're bringing in these characters for the first film.
Well, considering the Authority's not even happening anymore, and then the engineer was actually one of Lex Luthor's thugs.
Someone said in the chat that because Gunn can't do anything other than ensemble.
I agree.
That's
I think you're absolutely correct. I think Gunn can only play with multiple characters. I don't think he has the discipline. I think the word is discipline, or potentially the ability to focus on a singular character and develop them strongly enough. He has to always have that playoff effort. Everyone's got to play off the thing. There's got to be multiple people doing multiple fucking things. But it works fine when you're dealing with ensembles. It worked perfectly fine in Suicide Squad. Quite liked the Suicide Squad. It works well in Guardians of the Galaxy. But when I come to a Superman movie, I'm not there for, if it's called Superman and Friends or the Justice Gang and one of them's called Superman, then that's probably more of a realistic title than Superman. This wasn't a Superman film. There was way too. I said in the trailers after just seeing the trailers, this looks like there are way too many characters.
Yeah, we
and
said
I feel
that. Yeah.
like it's going to be really messy. And guess what? Too many characters, and it was really fucking messy. Surprise, a fucking prize.
Well, like that was my thing. It was. I mean, damn, I never thought about it. Like, yeah, that's all he can do, and maybe that was specifically why he probably wasn't the guy for Superman. Because, you know, at least in the superhero realm, you know, if you dealt with the Guardians, you dealt with Suicide Squad. So that's what he can do. And it's not even that he can just assemble it. He has to assemble like characters that, at least to the general audience, are going to be new.
Yeah, they're offbeat. They are, you know, off mainstream. They're off the beaten track there.
Exactly.
A bit of edge, you know, they've got to have that edgelord. That edgelord from 2025.
Yeah.
You know, where the edgelord is. Do you know what? I think Sydney Sweeney isn't quite as attractive as people make her out to be.
Right.
That edgelord. Yeah, really.
Mild edgelord. Yeah. But yeah, that when you look at it like that, that makes sense. He's doing what he's known for, and maybe that is one of those where he just couldn't do it. And maybe I didn't think he was the guy for the fucking to run the entire universe. That was just my honest opinion of it. Because I haven't seen anything from the guy that would let me know that you're that's your role. That's my personal opinion on him. And I wasn't a fan. And I mean, it wasn't a secret when he was kind of announced as being kind of the head of this whole deal. I did my several videos and streams saying I don't think he's that guy. But you know, dealing with Superman, that's a unique thing that he hadn't done, at least recently, where you're talking about taking one of the most recognizable, you're trying to do a movie surrounding one of the most recognizable characters of all time ever in anything. You know what I mean? That's a different animal than taking some obscure team known as the Guardians of the Galaxy, where Eric July is the only one that gets pissed off because your version of Drax sucks dick. But everybody else loves Batista, right? So, but I'm the only one complaining at that point because nobody knows who the fuck Drax the Destroyer is.
Exactly, and that's what they're relying on.
Right.
Feige himself said that we want to use characters that people don't really know who they are, so we can do our own thing with them. Yeah,
exactly. So that works for him. Superman's different, and hearing the the guy in the comment section who says that makes sense. That all he can do is ensemble, or rather, that's his strength. If you believe that's it to be one,
that's his. I think it's his crutch. Not his
I'd
strength,
agree.
His crutch.
I'd agree. I would agree 1,000%. He looks at it like a strength.
Yeah, it's his comfort zone. It's his chicken soup, and he does. I think he. I mean, he said himself, I didn't know how to crack Superman. And then until we brought in crypto, and it's just like, boom, right? You probably just admitted to yourself you can't do Superman by that admission. I didn't think we knew how to do Superman until we brought crypto in. Boom, crutch. You just brought a crutch. You just brought in one of your quirky animal, basic manipulation techniques for audiences. Audiences love the animal. If the audience loves the animal, the audience are therefore going to gravitate towards the character that the animal loves, which is in this case Superman. And it's not how, it's basic manipulation, but it's not how things work in reality. You'll get some females going, nah. You'll get some kids going, nah. But ultimately, the nerds, us nerds, we want some substance,
right?
And a dickhead dog. I am the owner of a dickhead dog,
man.
But a dickhead dog in a Superman movie being a dickhead all the time, it's no. It's not gonna pull fucking $1 billion because of that.
Well, look, they did it. That was their decision. They brought in all these other characters. Yeah, it is interesting that some, you come out of a Superman film thinking, and look, there's nothing wrong with coming out of a film thinking, oh, well, these side characters are great as well. Hell, some of the comic books that we've come up with were, they, support characters, right? So I totally empathize with that position. But you're launching your new universe, and it is of my opinion, and that's all I'm doing here is giving you mine, that you should have done a Superman without the ensemble of Justice folk, if you will. And I think you make a grounded one with Superman, and you include maybe the character. You could have included those side characters, the Lois Lanes, and all the people that are part of Daily Planet, everybody there, to support like his story.
She went off with Mr. Terrific.
Well, yeah, that's what happened in that, apparently. And like whatever.
And she told Mr. Terrific
that she was going to dump his ass.
She was taking a dump in his ass. Yeah. And like, do you know who it would have been really good to put Superman with? Lois Lane.
Yeah.
That would have been a cracking idea. So maybe you could build a little bit more of a relationship between them, because I didn't think there was enough Clark and Lois in that film at all.
Yeah.
Nowhere near enough.
Yeah.
But we'd have Hawkgirl being fucking retarded. Just go and murdering people. Oh. Anyway, we're shot on Superman long enough. Let's shoot on something else. No, I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. So, Fantastic Four first steps. It didn't do as much as Superman did in its opening weekend. Did a little bit more internationally. It did 99 to Superman's 90. But it did 117 as opposed to Superman's 125. And here we go. We've got the Monday in, which is 10.4 million, which is pretty good. Superman's was 12.4. And its Tuesday is CHEWS. Day is 14.1, 14.2 million. Superman's was 17 million. So it's already within the first week of its release, just tracking behind Superman in every metric. Internationally, it's not doing, those catch-up numbers, which
right, like the reverse. Gotcha.
Yeah, so maybe just helping a smidgen, but the likelihood is, judging by where it's currently going, this isn't gonna beat Superman at all. No, this is gonna fall several tens of millions behind Superman ultimately when it ends its run. And again, is we were very harsh on the Superman box office, rightly so, by the way. And the same's got to be done here. Again, a movie I gave a 6.5 out of 10 with. I thought it had some good ideas. It had issues. It had stuff which I have no idea why it was in the movie. And the resolution with Galactus at the end was pretty weak sauce. There was no explanation as to why Galactus even had to land on Earth to take Franklin. But, it's got issues, and we've been talking about this on FNT and other shows. The way that this is going to go, the budget hasn't been reported officially. So the budget is believed to have been around the 200 million mark. I would say that's probably a little generous. But let's just, again, I like to play the shill game.
Take them for what they were.
So let's just say it is 200 million. So 400. And then the marketing is around about the same, 100 million, which I don't think it is. I think the marketing's higher than 100 million. But again, let's just say it has 100 million like Superman does. And then we're looking at 600 to break even. But it's not, because the international, so we know it's over 600. So you know, it's over 600 million to break even. This is not hitting 600 million, not on its current pacing, unless the international seriously picks up, which again, that's
Something
not
weird
how
happens.
things trend. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not how things
It
trend.
will be an anomaly if it happens.
Yes, when things tend to present itself, then more often than not, unless it's like cataclysmic dog shit, where it'll just fall off a fucking cliff. If something's mid, then it'll kind of have a mid progression down. And so I say the same. So I think this is gonna end its box office run on 530, 540. And I think I'm being probably a little bit generous. Probably a little bit generous. So the likelihood is it's going to lose money. Yeah, I tell you one thing though. Yeah, that is a good point. I'll tell you one thing. What's going to be very interesting is the drop off in the second weekend, because Superman held up because it had no competition. Well, it had 2 weeks without the Fantastic Four, but this has now got Superman, Jurassic World, and itself to compete with. So if it has a drop off of 65%, that would be cataclysmic for this film, and I don't think it hit 500 million. If it has a fall off of 55, 57, then I think it's going to squeeze 520, 530 maybe. But it's not going to make money. Again, it's not going to make money in its box office run, which will be another L for Marvel. There's no setup for Doomsday. I'm going to call it now, Eric.
Okay.
I'm going to call it now. Avengers Doomsday's losing money.
Damn, you're going out on a limb.
Losing money, and it doesn't hit $1 billion.
Damn, you going out on a limb there.
I'm calling it now.
Okay. You heard it here first, guys. That's a prediction. Clip it. That's interesting.
I just don't see it. I just don't see the interest. And one of the reasons why is because they hyped the shit out of Superman. Hyped the shit out of
Fair enough. And it didn't work. It didn't get the bill, and it couldn't hit $1 billion. That's interesting. Okay, that's fair. And that's fair too.
And I don't think I think the Avengers Doomsday is going to be the same. I think they're going to throw marketing at it like it's the coming of fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, look, it has like 700 people that are fucking. You remember all those chairs? Except Rachel Zegler, you cowards. Everybody's in this fucking movie.
Get her in there.
You know, they're throwing everything but the kitchen sink in it at it. So obviously, of the films that they've come out with over the recent years, that's going to be the one that has the best chance of doing it.
Wages? The wages for them alone.
I would say, the production on this film, on Avengers Doomsday, has to be
450, 500.
I mean, about I would say $500,000 film. It has to be. There's no way around that. Look at all these fucking guys that they're getting in it, and they get there because they know that. I hate to use the term desperate. I don't want to say Marvel's desperate, but they are looking for something, and that's why they're bringing in all these guys, and they want you to know that they're bringing in all those guys. These actors and actresses' agents know that that's the best time to ask for. That's when the price goes up. When I know you need me, that's when the price yesterday's price ain't today's price. That's when it changes.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner, good man. We want you to do a Hawkeye season 2, okay? But we want to pay you half as much as season 1. No,
not happening.
No. Why? Sorry, am I half the man I was then? No. So thank you, no thank you. So Hawkeye gets no season 2 because Jeremy Renner says, "Fuck off. I know my worth."
That's what I'm saying. So I know they weren't cheap. You know what I mean? Like
Downey, $50 million for this film.
He got the call, whatever his number was.
Well, whatever else he comes with.
Yeah. You know, they could have said he Lord knows like what incentives and what other perks and shit that he got for for this deal because he was in a position to call whatever shot he wanted. Because that felt, killers. I don't want to say they were desperate, but again, that was to me a Hail Mary to bring Robert Downey when you just kill his ass off. To bring him, I don't for once believe that was always the intention.
No.
I feel like that was a pivot.
I think it was some break glass and smash fucking button.
Get the secret gun.
When an emergency, break glass for RDJ. Psh.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's had the effect that they wanted it to. Look, they got him to do those vignettes for Ironheart. I don't think a single fucking person added to the audience of Ironheart because of RDJ.
I almost forgot that like just came out.
Whew.
That's crazy.
And then, but Feige's already said, going forward, Mephisto is going to be the major villain. Oh, wait a minute. We haven't even had fucking Doomsday. But there again, we've had no build up to Doomsday either. So,
well, that lends itself. What was the news that this technically? I can't remember if it was Doomsday or was it some other film or show that they technically hadn't finished the script. Like,
Doomsday. They haven't finished.
It was Doomsday.
Yeah.
So
there was no completed script for it. They're gonna do it as they go along.
Free balling it, baby. Like just figuring it out along the way.
All the great movies have been made by just fucking writing it as you go along, making this shit up as you go along,
figuring it out. Just on the way, just figure. We'll get there when we get there, like type of situation.
We are talking 8 fucking decades of fucking source material, and they're writing this shit as they go along.
Yeah, no, that's quite the prediction though. To say, okay, it doesn't make $1 billion. I don't think it's unreasonable. If some of these recent films have anything to say for it, I think even you would agree that this Doomsday has the best chance to do it. If it's going to happen, that doesn't mean it will happen, but they have the best chance to do it, best opportunity. But yeah, it's quite intriguing. Because it does come from what I think is a pivot. I don't believe, they could say whatever they want to. I don't know if you saw the news with Feige talking a little bit of what happened with Nobody Believes That with Jonathan Majors saying
shut up, Feige.
Basically that pivot had nothing to do with his issues, if you will.
No, it has everything to do with the issues.
I don't believe that, and I don't think anybody else
stop lying. Pinocchio
believes that had anything to do with it. Or I think we all understand that had everything, to do with why you wanted to go a different route. But I also think that it was they were being opportunistic. So you're looking at your trajectory. Maybe people aren't as enthusiastic about this as you wanted them to be with Kang and the direction that the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, was going. And so you use that as an opportunity to then break glass, press the red button, summon Robert Downey Jr., go to the Disney execs and say, guys, we just got to give him whatever he wants, and we promise you we'll get a return. I would love to know how that board meeting happened, because they had to have known that. Like, we got rid of this guy. He went to go do other things. We need him back. That his agent is going to demand a crazy number because they know we need him. Give him whatever he wants. Okay, just give him whatever he wants. We promise this is going to make money. We're gonna make this money back easily, right? Because he's worth so much more. They've added 1 million other guys, in it as well. And I wonder if that has to do also with, which, to be fair, the X-Men should have been fast-tracked a long time ago anyway.
Oh my god, so should Fantastic Four.
They waited way too long.
Phase 4 Fantastic Four.
They waited way too long. They tried to go with this Eternals bullshit and everything else, but that should have been your fast track to Fantastic Four.
Here, dude, this is fucking Phase 4.
In my factory, many in my factory.
That's Phase 4. It's a bunch of engines in a factory. I'm sure she said factory.
Factory.
Factory. Yeah, that's what Phase 4 was. and a massive amount of it. Remember that fucking dickwad that was in the film Eternals for like 3 seconds that said, "Oh my god, me kissing another man, it's saving life." Think of how many lives we saved.
Saving lives.
Think how many people fucking self-deleted, mate.
Oh, well, tell me. Yeah, but like that should have been the move for sure. Like that was the obvious move. Obviously, you know, definitely with the confirmed names that are going to be part of this upcoming Doomsday, we know that they're coming. They're on the way. The mutants are on the way.
You think Patrick Stewart's coming in cheap?
That's what I'm saying, though.
You think so Ian McKellen?
None of those guys are coming cheap. Like, bro, like I said, and this is just when you operate in entertainment, prices are always changing. Your rate is always changing. It doesn't matter what industry that you're in. You make concessions depending on, okay, well, if I take a little less here, I'm going to make it on the back end because of this, and this, or this is good for my brand. This will catapult. That's all. That type of negotiation and conversation is happening. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, whether you're in comic books or you're doing movies or you're doing music. Your rate is constantly changing. The leverage, and oftentimes you as the creator or the contractor, you often don't have like any sort of leverage. The time you do have leverage, though, is when the production company is coming to you, or that person is coming to you knowing that, and you understand that they need you. You're a necessity. That's when the price goes up. Oh, but I thought you said your rate before was $5 million. Well, that was before.
Yeah.
And like Fat Joe was saying, yesterday's price, today's
price ain't today's.
Today it's not. It's changed. It changes. So their agents are going into it demanding the house because they know you need. So of course they don't come cheap. Of course
they need
not.
you more than you need them.
Exactly. So they're going into it like, well, I know you need me. I know before I was like, this was a $5 million gig. Well, now it's 10. Take it or leave it. It's 10.
I'm getting old. It's a hassle for me to even appear, to turn up. Sir Patrick is gonna be 85. Sir Ian is gonna be 86. Never mind the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. was 50 mil.
I mean, just go look at the chair
Chris
stream.
Hemsworth's gonna cost them a fucking penny.
Go look at the chair stream and just look at the sheer amount of names. And all those guys have to get paid.
Oh yeah.
And ain't coming for free. You think they coming for free? They just go up like, fuck it. I'm doing y'all a solid. Hell no. It coming. It's the production, and I don't know if we'll ever know the truth of that film is going to be interesting when it's all said and done. When the numbers do eventually come out, and we know how much they spent on this movie. I think you're right in that it's probably going to be close to $500 million, if not more.
Production budget, I think so.
Yeah, the product. Yeah, I'm not even talking about marketing.
Not even talking marketing. Yeah,
straight up production budget for this film. I'm thinking it's going to be $500 million. But that is the start of the problem. And I don't know when anybody in the fucking cinema is going to get it or operate it within this industry. Guys, your budgets are out of fucking control.
No shit.
They're out of control, and they've been out of control for a long time. You set yourself up for failure, and it should be this is really business 101. It's not. I'm not cracking the code here. It ain't that serious. I'm not some genius. But even I know that you spend less, right? Especially when you're like, we're having some. Any business, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, you're going to have your seasons where you did extremely good. You're going to have those that were not so well. The consensus, though, it should be, and this ain't just their problem. Everybody in Hollywood, guys, y'all are spending way too much money on these films. And it's not even just that you're spending so much money on these films.
They're not prepared. There's
Well,
no
that's
plan.
also part of it. They do reshoots. They do all this. All that's part of like why these budgets are out of
Because
control.
there's no creative vision.
Right.
Because they
And
don't
that makes it
hire
expensive
directors anymore. They hire yes men that the producers bully into making dog shit. Oh yes, well, we've looked at the analysis here, and the analysis says that we need to have at least 3 lesbians in this film and 6 cats. So what? Yeah, we're gonna get them in.
Yeah.
They're like writing it like they're writing a fucking sitcom. With a group of people on set, you know, going, oh, no, okay, this joke didn't work. Let's brainstorm which way. They were writing Ant-Man Quantumania on the fucking go, and that's a pile of fucking shit as well. There's no creative vision. There's no
that helps.
Director-led creative vision,
And you
it's
need
the
that.
Marvel way.
No, you need that's all. That's like probably point number 1 to rein in a budget. You build the tracks for the train before the train even get on the bitch. Build the track. Have a place that you're going to go with it. Don't deviate too much from it. Right. It's yes, you're going to have your room. You get your wiggle room to pivot as much as you realistically can. But for the most part, you got to have some sort of vision. Right. If you go into it with like, hey guys, we're gonna figure the shit out along the way, that opens yourself up for making mistakes, which then appear, they're ugly little heads, and then you have to do reshoots. You have to get more people involved. You have to fire this guy to go hire this guy, but that guy you fire still has to get his money.
Yeah.
So you're doubling up on the same position.
Yeah.
In order to avoid all of that, you got to have some sort of creative vision. But
do you know what isn't a creative vision, Eric?
What's that?
Captain America's black. That's not a creative vision.
No,
do you know what else?
It's a gimmick. It's not a very good one. It's a gimmick, and it's not a very good
gimmick.
What
else isn't a creative vision?
What's that?
We want to push this character.
Yeah, that's not
Whatever
a creative vision.
character
That's not a plan.
Captain Marvel, whatever the character will be. That's not a fucking plan.
Man, it's not a plan.
Do you know
at
what
all.
isn't a fucking creative vision? We need more diversity and inclusion in.
Not a creative vision.
It's not a creative vision.
You're totally right.
Fucking failed. Do you know what isn't a creative vision? We need more women heroes. That's not a creative vision.
Nope. Not at all. It's not even close. But that's the problem. You know, that's their issue. And going back to that point, though, that's how they set themselves up for failure. You're spending so much, so you have to make so much. And it would be okay if you're like, I'll spend $75 million on this film. And then that $75 million film makes 500. It's a lot different. A lot different of a situation, right? If that $50 million film makes $600 million. But when you spend $200 million to make $500 million, you're at a loss.
Yeah, it's different color fish.
It's a completely different animal, right? And that, for some reason, industry-wide, has not clicked. Because every movie comes out, I look at the budget, and I'm like, and this is the most important part of that. It'd be one thing if the audience could see that budget. But how many times have I asked you? We go see The Acolyte. We find out how they spend however much money on The Acolyte. And I've asked you after every episode.
£180 million.
Right.
Over $200 million.
And then I ask you, could you see that? Was there something with the CG? Was it something like with the actors or the props, the sets, that you could see that, wow, that's where the money went? And nobody, you never can. So you're left pondering, like, what the fuck? Where did the money go?
It went on a fucking money laundering scam. Is where it went. It went on Leslie Headland paying herself for multiple different roles, paying her wife, paying her friends, giving them all fucking work. The CGI was
It's nothing like, oh, that's $200 million worth of CGI.
That's like, oh my god, this is fucking revolutionary shit that we're seeing here. Look, this is like a step of revolutionary camera work since The Matrix in 1999. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, no, it's fucking basic bitch shit. The sets were fucking garbage. I could have fucking made them with fucking give me a couple of egg cartons and some Dulux white emulsion. And I could have made some better sets than that fucking show.
Yeah, I don't.
Had to be a fucking money laundering scam. Fucking had to be. Otherwise, it is the biggest mismanagement of funds.
Well, that's the only conclusion that you have. Which I mean, I already assume that you have a leadership problem where they, you talk about creative vision. They don't really understand what the market actually wants at all. So somehow you're convincing all of the investors that are involved, and sometimes those that's internal, but either way, people that are spending the money, you're somehow able to convince them that they need $200 million to do this thing. And you did it successfully. Or there's funny money. One or the other. Those are really your only two options. You got some incompetence and some, you're talking
maybe it's
seismic level.
Maybe it's tax fraud.
Or it's funny money, right? Those are the two this. Is the money funny? Is the money funny, or is just incompetence? And you're talking mismanagement of funds, lack of a plan, and the plan is making this project far more expensive because eventually you do have to commit to some sort of idea, right? Because you look at the set like the state of Blade right now. No script, no shit. Nobody knows what's gonna fucking happen with it. But that doesn't stop them from having already spent money on the other stuff. So your movie's in the hole already. Because you got a bunch of shit that you can't do anything with, but it ain't like the contractors that were part of the project did it for free. You're in the hole. We hear a lot about that. Oh, well, what happened with Daredevil? Oh, well, they had X amount of episodes done, and they said, fuck all of this.
Yeah, I think 9 done.
And they said, screw it all. We're getting rid of it. Like, we're not doing this.
But then the people they brought in had to repurpose what they'd done.
Right.
They could do some of it, then they had to repurpose
Yeah.
And then they the last couple of episodes were theirs, but none of it turned out good. I gave up on fucking Daredevil, mate.
Damn.
I think it was 2 episodes. 2? Did I do 3? I either did 2 or 3 episodes and I'm like, fuck this crap.
Yeah.
This absolute crap. Because that's what it was.
Like they don't know what the fuck to do with the Blade. Like it was funny.
Season 2's done. They've now finished season 2. It's in post or whatever. Fuck.
Oh, we'll see. But it's like you, and even especially with these character IPs, man, it kind of pains me to hear like, oh man, some of these creators that are involved in Blade. Yeah, we didn't want. I can't remember if it was Feige, where they're like, we didn't want to just put Blade out there and have him kill a bunch of vampires. Like that's all we want to see. That's exactly what you do. What do you mean you don't want to just do that? That's exactly what you do.
We didn't want to put him in a leather top and just have it kill vampires, really, because we do. Your audience fucking does, you dumb fucking twat.
Amazes me. Absolutely amazes me. Where you come to that conclusion, like, oh, we didn't want to just do that. It's like, dude, that's you're making this. And look, having been in music and been involved in entertainment for as long as I have been, you get a lot of that, where you will get people that will overthink things and think their way out of a good idea. It happens all the time, where you are on to something and then you figure, that's too easy. How do I find a way to make this more complicated? And then they make it more complicated, and that ends up destroying the project. Sometimes it is just that easy. Sometimes you're wide open on a fast break. There's nobody there.
But we can't. Right, we can't pretend to not talk about what they're really doing is, and it's not that they can't do it. It's that they're unable to do it because they're like, where can we stick our intersectionality?
Well, that's where they have the
Where
difficulty,
can we
right?
stick our DIE?
And that's essentially what they're saying. Is it not? We're having trouble finding out where we could fit, where that fits in.
Yeah. We're having problems fitting in the identity politics and the bullshit which you hate. We're finding it difficult because you hate it so much. So we're desperately trying to disguise as much as we can, or we just want to see fucking Blade run riot. That's what we want. By the way, somebody said I thought this was cancelled. Don't worry, it's only been 6 years,
and not even Ali knows what the fuck's going on. His agent's been like,
he says, "I'm ready to fucking go."
We don't know. We don't. They say they've never seen anything like this. They have no idea.
Nobody has.
What the fuck we're doing?
Level of incompetence. I like Marshall Ali as an actor. I think he's a great actor. I want to see him cut some fucking vampires' heads off. I want to see him stick a flare in a vampire and pull it and fucking burn it up. You know, I want to see him kick some fucking ass in a leather top, Kevin.
It's not
like, yeah, but we don't know where we can stick the whammon in here, and
try to make it about his daughter.
Yeah, we're trying to make the analogy, the Trump analogy, or something. I don't know, and it's proving a little bit more difficult than we.
That always happens, man. So, like I said, they make it more difficult. They make it difficult for themselves, and that's how you end up with a project that's expensive, directionless, and ultimately, I don't want to say failure. That's being a little aggressive, but let's say it doesn't meet your own individual expectations, internal expectations. That's what ends up happening.
What they're doing is they got a very simple jigsaw.
Yeah.
Okay. They got a very simple jigsaw. All the pieces are there. They've got the IP. They got the characters. They got the actors. They got the stories. You know, or let's just say they got the source material. Okay, because they got all the pieces. It's not a complicated jigsaw. It's like 10 pieces. And what they're doing is, oh well, this I need to get this piece to fix here though. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't fit there. Oh no! Then they're getting scissors out and they're cutting the fucking piece, so then that piece fits. And then because that now fits to anything else, they're doing the same with all the others. And they're like, oh look, we did the jigsaw. It's fucking
it's
nice.
Fucked. It's fucked, dude. We'll see what happens. I know we're hour and a half in. Sydney Sweeney has made people.
She's
because racism,
dude. It is
racism and genes.
We are talking. Yeah, her campaign with American Eagle has made Karen lose her fucking mind. Because oh my god, I've got a few examples. Let's start with this mentally ill fucking retard Karen, shall we? So let's say here's a mentally ill retard number one. So here we go. We got Sydney Sweeney. She's got a midriff showing. She's got American Eagle jeans on. And here, look at dude. Can I speak to the manager? Look at that. Oh, this is from the Libsyn work. Okay.
Don't forget to boycott American Eagle for their racist shit online, talking about blue jeans and white people. Boycott American Eagle.
Wait, talking about white people?
That's not in the ads. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, but let's in general talking about white people's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Talking.
Boycott the shit out of them. Boycott American Eagle. Do not buy them. And cancel this person, Miss Sweeney. Cancel for her being racist, for doing Nazi propaganda. Cancel.
Oh man. Sometimes I just think that it's like I always hope that, man, this has got to be satire because nobody's just fucking retarded. But then I'm reminded all the time that no, this is what these people believe, and they have taken what was, and let's take it from the top as for people that don't know what's going on.
Okay.
American Eagle puts out an ad.
Well, hold on. What? Eric, who are American Eagle?
American Eagle is a jeans company. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, it's a clothing company that makes jeans, did you say?
Yes. They're selling jeans. Yes.
Clothing.
American Eagle. Okay.
Clothing that's made out of jean.
Yes.
Okay.
And unlike what we've seen from a lot of the bigger companies, legacy companies, they decided that, okay, we're just going to make an ad that would have been considered a very mild ad, even in the 90s. We're going to take a chick that people find in this day and age attractive.
Right.
People seem to be fond of her. We're going to have her, we're going to partner with her. And we're going to do these ads centered around our jeans. And we're just going to use her as a catalyst like many others before. Now, the reason that becomes abnormal today is because, well, you have in recent years, these companies have opted to use people like Dylan Mulvaney, bearded women, and other weirdos to sell their products. This was just a regular ad. And apparently that was too much for these weirdos. And because she had said something like, and they used it as a double entendre, talking about her jeans, right? Jeans are best passed down and all this other stuff, referring, you know, jeans, you got GENES, and you have jeans and blue jeans.
But isn't that because Sydney Sweeney's like thin, attractive, and got big fucking tits? And
I got some news for you, ass.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, jeans play a big role in how you look.
No, really?
I know there's plastic surgeons out there that could do all kinds of crazy shit. But ultimately speaking, you don't have any fucking control over that, right? I'm a hairy black guy. I didn't control it.
Wait, what?
Like, this isn't anything that I took to be.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, news flash, guys. I know breaking news here on Ripping the Silverback, episode number 1. I am a black man.
Okay, this is the final show we're doing, chat.
The show's over.
Show's over.
But seriously, I was born this way. This had a lot to do, and not just in like how you physically look, even like how you're physically able to perform. Like I talk about this in being an athlete, right? Well, I had an advantage, obviously. There, speed is something that you can't teach. I know there's a lot of people out there that may not understand this. You can teach a person how to run more efficient to become faster. Like a faster person, you can teach them how to run faster. Teach anybody to run faster than what they had been before. But you can't take a slow person and make them fast. It is literally impossible because it's genetic. It's largely genetic. You either have it or you don't. And there's a reason why, as again, news flash, we look at the short sprinters and their world records and stuff like the 100-meter or 60, 100-meter dash and the 200-meter dash. Outside of the anomalies, most of the guys that have run the fastest times have a skin tone that's similar to mine. It's genetic. It's fast twitch muscles. It's literally, you're born that way.
That's for whatever reason. Because if I was to apply the logic of what you just said, it seems to make a lot of sense when I look at specific sports and I see a very specific demographic of people in certain sports. Why doesn't there seem to be many black swimmers? But I see a lot of black fucking basketball players or a lot of black runners and a lot of. But why aren't there any, black hockey? But you know what I mean? It's just as if the physiology, the genetic makeup, let's just call it, can determine what somebody can excel at. Not necessarily doesn't mean there isn't any cross-pollination.
Right. There's some white sprinters. They exist. Yeah. Not as many of them, but they're out there. No. There's a couple of guys out there that you'll see every now and then. It's like, well, but that's how we look at it. We're like, damn, where did this guy come from? He's fair skinned and he's fucking rolling right now. He's fucking scooting out there. But that's how we look at it, right? Because it's abnormal. It doesn't happen. So when she says like something that's a factual statement, talking about the genes and something that's passed down because it literally is. Sydney Sweeney looks the way that she does because of her genes.
Her genetics, yes.
It's a factual statement. It's a cool play on words and what have you. But that has them all up in arms because, and I'm going to just put it out there. I've said this last night, but it's the truth and it's the reality. For whatever reason, you can be from South America or Latin America. You can be a black person. You can be all these other various races, and you saying something like that is okay. But for whatever reason, when white folk say that, even though it's factually true, it doesn't become untrue because it came from a white person. Now all of a sudden it's about funny mustache man out of Germany.
No,
and it's fucking stupid.
Straight out of Austria.
Yeah, straight out of Austria, right? Guys failed in art school or didn't know, or you know, those guys. All of a sudden, then it has to be liking to that. Everybody else can be like they're proud of who they are and all that other stuff. They understand what advantages and that they have. But minute white folks say, and that's all that it took, a mile to add for someone saying these genes. And that's not, again, that's a factual statement that apply. And it wasn't like she's making it about her being white anyway, but they took it that way.
No,
because they're retarded and gay.
The reason why they're mad is because Sweeney is desired by men. She's attractive. She's funny. She looks like she's got a good sense of humor. She doesn't play the identity politics games. She's got a rocking pair of fucking tits. She says she wants to keep getting her tits out as long as she fucking can. You know, she, with the whole Madam Web business, she was fucking hilarious on the red carpets with Dakota Johnson because they just fucking leaned into the fucking meme of how bad the film was. So she's actually, Sydney Sweeney is more intelligent in how to deal with situations than wank fucks like, let's say, Rachel Zegler. Okay, she understands that you catch more flies with honey and all that. So she's endeared herself to people. She hasn't come out and said, I am pro-Trump or pro-fucking Biden or any of this nonsense. You know, she's not trying to play any divisive games. She's just, you know, I'm having a fucking good time. I'm having a good time. And they hate that because when a man finds women like this attractive, or when a woman like this, classic sort of what we would class as a classic advert from 10, 20 years ago, you know, when you're advertising, sex sells, always has. That was the motto for marketing.
And it's crazy because it's not like they aren't even like, and you're totally right about that. But we were talking about this on Blaze yesterday, right? We were going through the ads. Like, again, in comparison to like ads that were dropping like in the 90s, this is a very mild ad. Even the jeans that she's wearing aren't like these like tight ass jeans you can see the crack of ass.
She's wearing kind of like dad jeans, you know?
Yeah, like that, like fucking loose, like work jeans, bro. Like they're pretty mild. They're mild ass advertisement, right? It's very mild.
She's a star, and they've hired her to do a campaign, and it's lifted their sale prices by what?
Yeah, they've gone up. Stock's gone up. Yeah.
So this is the Sydney Sweeney campaign. Now, if we were to continue with how American Eagle advertise, then they advertise in a very kind of classic way. Is this what I mean? What color would you say that gentleman was?
He's about right in the middle of you and I.
Yeah. I'd say we've got a mixed race chap there.
Yeah.
Okay. Advertising the jeans. Scroll down a bit more. Got a lady, a little bit of junk in the trunk. God bless her. You know, we've got a couple of dudes there doing a bit of that. Got this last doing that.
Her jeans, scroll up one more time. Well, scroll up. Her jeans right there are tighter.
Yeah, they're tighter.
That looks like a black chick. That looks like a black chick. Her jeans are way tighter. You can see. It looks like a black chick. Her jeans are way fucking tighter and shit.
Now you can say, chat. What you can say? Why are you doing this though? You know, why you guys now making it about race? We'll have a look at some crazy women We'll have a look at some crazy women in a minute. Okay. So it looks like we got, very what I would call just classic, dare I say it, a little bit basic advertising.
Yeah.
Nothing risky.
That was gay right there. You got some homosexuals.
Happy fucking pride. Two gays right snugging and riding each other.
Yeah.
For American Eagle.
I bet their stock didn't go up after that one.
Yeah. It probably went down.
That's probably why they call City Sweetie. They started reacting.
Oh, look.
Yeah, look at that. They got a black dude right there. Yeah, they probably saw that
again,
one.
Another lady. So it looks like American Eagle, they just do what I would call current day advertising.
Yeah.
And then they managed to secure a deal to get Sydney Sweeney to do a campaign. And hey, presto, they got exactly what they wanted. They got a rise in stock. They got a huge rise in sales. Great for the company. Again, basic advertising. Now, let's get to the fun part. Why we brought color into this situation. Let's have a look here.
Hey, you want to go to American Eagle?
Oh, I can't go in there because I'm black.
Hey, you want to go to?
By the way, look at her. Oh man, there's a lot of irony that I need to talk about and discuss.
I'm hoping this is parody, but you never know.
I hope it is parody. It has to be parody.
I don't know. Hey, want to go to American Evil? Oh, I can't because I'm black.
That has to be parody. There's no way she's dead serious.
American Eagle has sold out of their good jeans.
Well, yeah, everything's going up for them. Stocks up, sales up. So the campaign worked. That's all that fucking matters. Karen screaming in front of the goddamn mall American Eagle doesn't mean shit.
Let's listen to this other, and then I want to show you.
Look how baggy those jeans. It looks like skater jeans from fucking the 90s.
I'm gonna have to root around to find a bot. Anyway,
genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Oh wow, that sounded racist.
It's the factual statement. All of what she said was like no brainer. Yes, that's how literal genes work. Now they're passed down. You don't have fucking control over it.
Karen would like to speak to the manager about this advert, okay?
Because
it's a crazy white liberal woman. It's a crazy middle-aged. She looks middle-aged. She's probably had a paper round in Beirut uphill. Crazy white liberal. Well, let's listen to what she's got to say.
The Sydney Sweeney Aryan Eagle ad is not only xenophobic.
Aryan Eagle, that's what they're calling it? Oh my God. Is that what they're fucking calling it? Aryan Eagle? Jesus Christ, man. What are we doing, man?
Xenophobic and racist. It's also scientific.
Wait, what? What? How did she get homophobia in there?
Xenophobic and racist.
It's xenophobic.
I guess so. Because Sydney Sweeney, immigrants bad, like or something. Is that what that?
I have no fucking clue.
It's also scientifically
bring this home,
inaccurate.
Dude. If you had Sydney Sweeney 20 years ago, we'd just say she's the all-American girl. Yeah, she's the all-American girl. She's the girl next door. She's the all-American girl.
Yeah.
She says genes often determine hair color and eye color. That's sorry, fact. Often? That's literally what they do.
So what's the problem?
If they're not determining hair color and eye color, what is? It's giving red pill podcast bro with.
Doesn't it? All right, so stop. Ask. She's basically saying like, she's right. Yeah, she's right, but I don't like that she said it. It's so red pill. Like, imagine that. That was her connection just now. It went from, yes, that is how it works. Red pill podcast vibes. Like, what? Well, are you saying that they're just correct? Is that the salute? Like, what the guys that I guess, what the fuck, man? That doesn't make sense.
experience clearly running their ad department.
Oh,
and
wait.
With no marketing experience clearly running their ad department.
All right, stop. Okay. So
as somebody who's dealt with marketing a fair bit in my lifetime, sales, marketing, the marketing is the most on point fucking marketing you could possibly have. And it's work.
We already have that end part that you just said kills the argument.
Yeah.
It worked. You can't say that something that worked. It'd be one thing if and it happens because you get all these other especially modern marketing over the last, let's say, 8 years. Their idea of marketing has been, we're going to get a bunch of people to talk about some shit, but that's not going to equal more sales. That's shit marketing. And that sounds like more of what she's expressing. Hey, why don't we go after these POC trans?
Yeah. The Calvin Klein,
Yeah. Why don't we go after
I'm a hairy,
bearded women demographic?
Balding, pregnant, fucking.
Yeah. I'm going to use them. Everybody's going to talk about it and say how stupid and gay this is. And it's going to. Yes, it's not that we're going to get it's not going to work in terms of it just had no impact. No, it's going to have a negative impact. That's their idea of what marketing is.
Bud Light, for example.
Yes, Bud Light.
Bud Light, Jaguar,
Gillette. Yeah. It goes the opposite way. So that's not good marketing. That's marketing, but it's not good marketing. She is saying that something that equaled more sales, an ad campaign that equaled more sales, that they didn't know what they were doing with that decision.
Marketing department don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to lose money.
And I just hate when companies make content trying to use medical or scientific terms and then completely fuck it up. It's not that hard to Google what genes do, how DNA works. Do genes often determine?
She's just bitching just a bitch.
It's a play on words anyway. So
that's the point. Genes and genes. It's not she's overthinking that because she's trying to find something to be mad at. When really her ultimately she's saying, what they said was factually correct in the ad. She spent 50 fucking seconds explaining that she's upset that the statements that she made were factual.
Yeah.
Do they always determine our traits?
Oh man.
Mental. Dude, there is so many of these.
We've seen there's a lot of crazies that aren't happy about.
I was going to show you one more thing. I don't know how legitimate this is. Okay. So I can't verify that this is correct. However, American Eagle knows what's up. # never sorry. I don't know who this.
Shout out my man Phil.
Phil follows me. All right, Phil.
Shout out my man Phil.
I don't know if this is true or if this guy's dicking around, but to whom it may concern, we sincerely apologize for featuring Sydney Sweeney in our recent advertisement. In hindsight, we underestimated the combined impact of her blue eyes, blonde hair, and general hotness. Also, we didn't realize how big her boobs would be. Our marketing team has been sent to denim sensitivity training.
If they came out with that, their stock would go up even more.
I know. I would love this to be true. I can't imagine that it is, but I would fucking love this to be. Oh yeah. Wait, is this real? No. But if they put out this segment,
if they put out a statement with that sentiment,
it would be chef's kiss.
Oh man.
But then you can't when you've sold out, how you can sell anymore.
Yeah, you can't. You got to double down. Don't pull a Joey Swole coming out fucking apologizing for Hulk Hogan or whatever.
And Joey Swole.
Yeah. Don't do that. You just double down. They're mad. Sales are up. Go fuck yourselves. That's what you tell them.
Yeah, well done. Look, American Eagle, even the latest model on their image is a fucking mixed race black, mixed race woman. American Eagle, they're just selling jeans, and they got somebody who's literally hot and metaphorically hot at the moment. Everybody, would like to get a bit of Sydney Sweeney. So, Saturday Night Live, of course, is a big hit on there. So they just did what anybody with any business sense would
if
do.
if you're work operating like with a legacy brand like that, this is exactly what they've always done. Who is the hot ticket at the moment? We're going to use them as part of some ad campaign, and we're going to sell a bunch of shit. It's literally been happening forever.
Crazy.
But things have gotten so weird these days that apparently that is controversial.
But it's not. And it's a bunch of fucking nobodies making noise on the internet who never would have bought any of these jeans in the first place. And they're just mad because and the fact that they want to turn blonde and blue-eyed into Aryan super race Nazi kind of just says what their mindset.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what are they trying to say, right?
What are you? The lady.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah. What do you mean, you people? Anyway, let's get into the super duper.
Yeah. Why you do that? I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick because I got pissed like a racehorse.
I'll start. Yeah. Mechanism Studios with a $5 says, "Hey Ripper,
I'll answer this when I get back. I got a piss."
Okay, have you thought about a Rippaverse music label signing independent artists in a sphere would be awesome? I would join for sure. He'll get back to that. Anjanette has been a member for 3 months. Anjanette, thank you very much indeed, sweetie. Joe Music with a $2 says the hardback silverback was yesterday. Ryan Paul with a $10 says, "Hey, Monsieur July, not as here. Oh, just an unbiased third party saying Az should get a raise for his endless promotion of Saints and Sinners." Again, not as signed Ryan Paul, aka totally not as. Damn, I'm gonna have to read that one again when Ripper gets back. Thundarius with a $2 says, "If the drop isn't the Ripper hat, I will riot." I know what it is. I think you're going to be very happy. That's all I can say. I'm not saying any more. I'm not giving anything away here. I just think you're going to be very happy. Callie after the $2 says, the Schlurponity Gauntlet Saga. Oh, tomorrow, maybe. Who knows? Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with the $5 says, "Here's my Rippersen pitch. It's about a talking urinal named Sloshy. He has to take vengeance against a failed comic book artist called the Throat Goat." I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about there.
I know the answer that guys. Yes, that question. That's interesting. Somebody has joked about that, and it's like, could we do something similar like with Rippaverse, where we're giving these really favorable like contracts to artists, right? Where we don't own like the publishing and stuff like that. I don't know. I never thought about that. Obviously I'm very familiar with the industry, so it would be a natural thing for me to do if we did decide to do that. But yeah, I never really considered that initially. But Rippaverse also wasn't considered initially, and here we are. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if that's something that I'd ever be interested in.
Okay. And I'm just saying, but this happens to come up. Hey, Mr. July, not as here, because I'm here. Just an unbiased third party saying I should get a raise for his endless promotion on Saints. Again, not as signed Ryan Paul, aka totally not as. I'm just saying I support this man. Okay. Callie off with a $2 is Transformers X Rippaverse Pretenders line.
That'd be interesting. That'd be pretty sick.
Woof. Logan Cobbs Toussaint with a $2 says, "Az, make sure to ask Gary for the X-Ray engine vid." I've got it. I actually have the X-Ray girl doing it. Callie off with a $2 says, "Oh my God, Az, did you do a Silverback X engine factory? Maybe in my
that's the news breaking tomorrow.
Factory, yeah." The Landy Lodge with the $5 says, keep crushing, fellas. Thanks for the office hour entertainment. Hey, you're welcome.
Shout out.
Aryan with a 40 shekels says, highly recommend book Conflict of Vision by T. Sorrell.
Thomas Sowell. Yeah.
You had a post. Usually have a poster up.
Yeah.
We used to have a poster up. Krog based with 100 Swedish says, as best friend's beloved cat of 15-year-old put down. Oh. Then next week, my favorite cat, my mum's Tabby, 18 years old. She had him for 10, put down. Days later, Ozzy and Hulk. Take care of beloved Bellman. Lots of love. Oh, Krog, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm in the thick of it now because I'm a cat dad. I'm a dog dad as well now.
Yeah.
And fuck me. You know, the animals, we don't deserve them. They give us so much. You know, cats do their chill vibe, dogs do their fucking crazy vibe. And yeah, Belle's 15.
Yeah.
Belle's 15 years old, so she's up there. But she's in great nick, you know, she's spry,
kicking around,
yeah. But I give her all the love, dude, and I'm really sorry, Krog. Lots of love to you, lots of love to your family, your mum, and everybody there. Josh Kelsey slaps a 20 on the counter. Josh, you're a real one. Thank you, bud. Aryan with the 40 shekels says YouTube censoring accounts based on their activity. Oh, well, that's YouTube working as intended.
Wouldn't be surprised at all. There's a lot of secret kind of shit going on with this fucking site. As far as like algorithm, I think everybody knows by now that it's not just, hey, put out stuff.
Well, Gary said a good point. Like, how the fuck is just like drinkers' videos not going trending?
Yeah, it's all
it's
all fucked.
Yeah, but they're getting rid of trending now anyway.
Yeah.
Time Rift has been a member for 16 months. Thank you. Cororigin has become a member. Cororigin, something like that. Andy Masterson with a membership.
Shout out.
Shout
some
out
really
to
cool
Andy.
figures. Need to put the one that he got for me, made for me. I gotta put it up.
Oh
there.
hell yeah!
Yeah.
I was one of the first, I think.
Yeah.
I was one of the early ones. Put it that way. Thank you to Andy there. Time Riff with the $10 says, "Hell as and Rip got my as cover of Saints and Sinners along with the hardcover. Also got Norfolka. It's a shame you guys fail so badly." Keep up the incredible work. Yeah, that's a monumental failure for Saints and Sinners with 13,000 books and over $500,000.
Yeah.
But I live in Cope. I live in Cope. God's Bad Karma with a $20 says, Ripper, any chance we can get some character logo hook and loop Velcro patches for hats / Ranger bags, etc.?
There's been some people that have asked about patches, and we're looking into it. We're looking into like going into the fall, maybe to expand like just general merch type items, like beyond just like our posters and shirts. So we're working on that for sure.
Nice. Johnny's with a $2 says, engine in my fag go tree. Sing it with me now. I think I did. Snacks for the $2 says jeans in my factory. JB24 with a 2 Canadian says American woman wearing a Canadian tuxedo. Fascist? Probably. Cutting off with a $10 says people need to stop using the words Hitler. Yahtzee? Oh,
basically.
Yeah. They keep the ideology of a failed and evil political party alive. Let's not be okay. And legitimize their court-ruled criminal acts as legitimate. Those words are dead, dude. You're talking to the wrong people here. You know, we're the people that get called it. We're not the ones that get called it, mate. Super Mastermind with a $5 says, my good man. This has happened before. Laura Prepon did a dance in jeans in France for an ad. They banned the ad for being too sexy. These adverts aren't too sexy.
That's a mild ad.
Yeah,
that's a mild. We've seen far worse.
Yeah, she's wearing literally like flared fucking jeans.
But baggy ass jeans.
Yeah. The Wave Blur with a $5 says, "Hey Eric, what's your opinion on the payment process issue? How you feel about it as a business owner, and what is the alternative if it's affected Rippaverse?"
Well, I haven't. We obviously have multiple processors, so we're not going to run into as much of an issue with that. But we've dealt with payment process issues. Everybody remembers the infamous PayPal.
Yeah,
the issue that we had on. That's why we That's why we don't work with them, even though they tried to get our business back, hitting me up personally. I said, no, we're done. After you do some shit like that, holding that much amount of money, we're out of here. So look, I haven't looked too much into detail with some of the stuff what's going on that I've seen people talk about with visas and all that other stuff. But what I will say is that being a proper business owner is always trying to, even though you can't possibly keep up, you're having fail safes. You're having to look at alternatives all the time just to make sure that any event that something does happen, you can get onboarded to whatever this new system is as quickly as possible. So I don't worry about as much. What I try to be is prepared more than anything. That was one of the big reasons why, in order to, for example, have my flexibility, one of the big reasons why we didn't want to go use like an already established platform, and we opted to build our own website and have all of our traffic go there, was so that we'd have flexibility. And that was one of the best. It was one of the decisions that a lot of people would disagree that I should have done, but when it was all said and done, was one of the best decisions I had ever made. Because, for example, with the PayPal issue, you can imagine if I was stuck on someone else's platform, how disastrous that could have been. It could have derailed all the momentum that we had. Yeah, but it was one of the best decisions that I made. So yes, always trying to be prepared, because you never know. And even look, you'll never be 100% protected. But you just do what you can.
I think also Visa and MasterCard at the minute are being absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
With complaints, and I would not be surprised if we saw a U-turn on that. And if one does a U-turn, the other will follow suit immediately.
Yeah, that's how it always happens. Yep.
Yeah. Kevo with a $5 says, "Laughing my ass off. Unattractive ladies mad. YouTube won't let me be more crass." I know. I know. Dude, it's okay. We know exactly what you mean. Jordan Crow with a $2. Jordan, stop super chatting. My genes gave me cancer. Thanks, Dad.
Well, you got over it. So
yeah,
you got on the other side at least.
But are they blue?
Blue cancer? That I don't know. The super chat's blue.
Super chat's blue.
And she's wearing blue. Her avatar's wearing blue too. So
there you go. Yeah, your jeans are blue. My jeans are blue because she's talking about. Oh my God. Larry Parker with a $2 says, "Az, tell me about your headphones. I like them. These are Beats. These are Beats that I'm literally connecting to the PC with a USB-C, Larry." I love me on Beats. I think they're good headphones. Yeah. So there you go. And until Dr. Drake is on the Epstein list, I'll keep wearing them. Fiesta Cat with a $2 says, "Visiting the UK right now. What the fuck is going on in London?" I think there's a lot of protests going on in London at the moment about stuff and things.
Sounds like a major city in fucking
in the West.
Yeah, in the West. Like it sounds about right. Major city has protesting something for some reason.
Well, I think they're protesting certain people coming into the country and being put.
I think that's what happens. It's called blowback. You can't just import a bunch of fucking people and expect cultures not to clash.
Crazy that.
Funny how that works.
And Ted Hammond with a $2 says, "I just want to say thank you for your show." Ted, you're welcome, bud. You look after yourself. Yeah,
that's it.
So there we go. Ripping a Silverback 81 in the bank. Next week will be over on Eric's channel. Eric, before we go, anything you'd like to plug, sir?
Tomorrow we got a big announcement. 8 a.m. Central. It's gonna be really fun. Stay tuned there. Other than that, just go get Norfolk, go get any other Rippaverse books, go get the Omnibus, go get the Ripper books, Active Death Shroud, as well as Waiting for Neurotic. And we'll see you at Bell County this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Bell County Comic-Con. Come holla at us. But other than that, man, I'm gonna be chilling. I'm eating French toast after this stream. So I'm good.
I fucking love French toast.
I'll do it. Fuck. Tell me about it. Can't go wrong with it, man.
When I was a kid, we used to call it eggy bread.
Yeah, eggy bread.
Eggy bread. That's what we called it over here. Friday night tights. I will hope to be there. Got some stuff going on next couple of days, but fingers crossed I will be there. Worst case scenario, I'll be doing stuff on Saturday. It's afternoon tea with our Sunday and Sunday fun day, of course. Real BBC is going to go onto Gary's channel for the next 2 weeks to catch up with that. And like I said, Ripping the Silverback Wednesday over on Eric's channel. And this is going to lead you in to a Rippaverse stream that's going to go on. So until next week, massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Mods, thank you for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted and membered and all that good stuff, thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Goodbye, Belubu.
Peace.